So the last Jedi trailer dropped. I'm doing this video because it was highly requested and not because I'm superficially trying to grab views. I had no choice. The people demanded it. Okay, so mostly the trailer didn't tell us anything new, which is good. I don't want to know everything. You just kind of see the characters that you like and remember that they exist and get excited to see them again. And that's all it takes. That's pretty much everything I wanted. But obviously it's YouTube and it's Star Wars and you gotta get those views, so people are already concocting all these wild and terrible theories. People are saying that Luke is evil and he killed all his students, and then Kylo went to Snoke for help, and I guess Snoke's just a real nice guy who happens to look like an evil monster. Or maybe he is evil and Kylo just has really bad luck. Or Luke is Snoke and he's also Luke, and he's either playing this like con to balance the Force by making Ben evil for some reason, or he's like a Jekyll and Hyde situation. All the variations of this theory are collectively the worst things I've ever heard. So like, I'm just gonna go Occam's razor route on this, nothing fancy. I think that Luke said it's time for the Jedi to end because he doesn't want to train any more Jedi, because he did that and his nephew turned evil, killed all the Jedi. So he's like, no, it'll just end badly again. It's kind of a simple idea. He just doesn't want to train Rey, but he doesn't want to murder her. He just wants her to take her Force powers and go away. But then she convinces him to train her, and he does. This is basically going to be like a reconstruction of that sports movie trope. I'm trying to think of a relevant example, but I just keep thinking of that Frankie Muniz movie where he wants to do go-karting, and like he has a cranky neighbor and he finds go-karting trophies in his neighbor's garage, and he's like, you gotta coach me in go-karting. And his neighbor's like, I don't talk about those days anymore. Not ever since the accident. But he doesn't try to murder Frankie Muniz. I feel like everybody thinks it would be a great twist if Luke turned evil because it would be very surprising. Like, some twists are surprising because they make you like think back and it reveals things you hadn't considered before. But some twists are surprising because they were never set up in any way and don't actually make any sense, so you couldn't have seen them coming, and it's just bad writing. They're just arbitrarily written into being and not supported by anything in the rest of the thing. It would be surprising if Luke turned evil because he's been really nice the whole time that we've known him, kind of self-sacrificing and dedicated to Jedi teachings, never really strongly tempted by the dark side. He was afraid of turning evil, but he never was like on the precipice. So if he turned evil, it would just kind of come out of nowhere and like ruin his character. What a twist. Another thing ending the Jedi could mean is that Luke's gonna teach Rey some new discipline that focuses more on a balance between the dark and the light, and it's not the Jedi teachings. And that was one of my theories when the title came out. And that would basically mean that the thing that it turned out to be in the movie was much less dramatic than it sounded in the trailer, which would be very misleading. But a Star Wars trailer has never been misleading before. So here's the list of things that I think might happen in The Last Jedi based on the vague trailer and without much evidence to back them up. I think Rey's Jedi training will involve getting tossed into the water and having to not drown because she's from the desert and now she's on a scary island in the ocean and she probably can't swim, so that would be quite scary and she'd have to learn to trust the Force or meditate or something. I think Rose is a silly name for a character in a space movie with no Earth, and I hope that Rose is spelled differently to make it just a different word, like it's spelled with an OA or a Z or all of those letters. I think Rose could end up being a Finn love interest. I noticed at the panel that they asked like a Storm pilot question, and John Boyega was very careful to answer about how, yes, he and Poe have such a close friendship. I don't think Disney's on that level yet, so I don't think it's happening. I'm sorry. I think Rey is not going to have a love interest, just based on how Disney has done that with a lot of their recent princesses, so that would be right in line with that. It's an adventure story. She's going to be an action heroine and not have a love interest. And if she does have a love interest, I think the Reylos are going to sweep on this one, you guys. If anything, they're scrappy, but I think a platonic friendship would be much more fun. Team Reformed Kylo friendship. Let's get jackets. I think that shot of Luke in front of that burning structure is a flashback to when his Jedi Academy was destroyed, but it might not be. It might be a new building. We don't know. It's just one shot in a trailer. I think the poster symbolizes that Rey is going to struggle with the balance between good and evil. And it doesn't actually mean that her lightsaber is going to look like a delicious rocket pop. That would be dorky as hell. And it reminds me of that Kylo Ren concept art where he had a saber staff that was red on one side and blue on the other. Like, don't you think that's a little bit on the nose? Like, gee, I wonder if he's gonna turn good again, you guys. So yeah, I actually got to see the new trailer in person at that panel. That's why I'm losing my voice, because I was at Star Wars Celebration, and I still kind of am. And I'm there because Screen Junkies sent me out to cover the convention for this new show I'm doing for them, which I will provide a clip for. But, like, do I have a clip? I'm alone. I'm not actually asking anybody. I don't have a clip. I'm on vacation. I'm gonna put a link in the description box, it's always at the bottom, but I'm pointing for some reason. You can click it. I trust you. I think you can do it. And yeah, to check that out. We're going to have an episode about the convention. And I got a really good seat for the Last Jedi panel because somebody got me a ticket for a reserved seat, and I don't actually know if I can say who it was or if that would be bad, so I'm not going to say. But it was really cool to meet him, and it was a fun time. And a really good con. And yeah, those are my thoughts. What a professional video. Oh, also, I thought it was cute how they had that shot of Finn and he's still unconscious, like they're trying to be coy, like as if he might actually spend the whole film comatose. Like, no, we know, guys. It's okay. We figured it out. And go. Okay. What? Okay, careful. Ah! Come on. Ah! No.